And let's beat the hell out of Sans this time around. Maybe, potentially. I don't know. It's probably going to take a couple of practice runs to get back to where we were last time. Which is literally the last fucking attack as far as I understand. So, that's upsetting. But at least we got that close, right? We did fairly well. See? I didn't quite nail that attack because I did that attack perfectly last time. Like once. I did it perfectly once. But I did do it perfectly. So I'm not quite back to like immediate godhood levels. But I dodged that attack as well. So that's kind of neat. I won't say that I'm consistent at getting through the first phase now with no damage. No damage, definitely not. Without any healing is what I mean. But somewhat consistently. I would say that I can probably, once I get my muscle memory back a little, I can probably get through the first portion of the fight eating only one legendary hero sandwich. Consistently. And then somewhat less consistently, I can probably do it without eating anything until the break. And that's where the hell actually starts, because at that point we're in a world where every turn takes about as much damage out of me as I can heal. That's not entirely true. For the most part, oh, that's bad. For the most part, I'm fine. For the most part, I can avoid most attacks, like only 10 to 20 damage a turn, really. But then there's those attacks that deal like 30 to 50 damage. And that was an amazing jump. I'm already getting back into it, I can tell. I said this last time, but whatever happens today, this is going to be the last stream for Undertale. Because if we don't make it through today, I will have wasted near 6 hours on this boss fight, and that's just too much. So, whatever happens, we are fucking... Okay, I'm upset. We're done with this today. It's probably not going to be 2 hours, by the way. I don't know what I'll do if and when we finish earlier. I'll probably just, like, cut the stream a little early. Maybe we'll play some, like, I don't know, Stardew Valley. Maybe we'll play... maybe we'll start with Hollow Knight. How about that? Because that is the next thing on the schedule, I think, for me to stream. So maybe I'll just like do the first hour of Hollow Knight. I've already played a bit of Hollow Knight before. I have a tiny bit of footage, but I want to get a little more before working on the video that I'm planning to work on. Or maybe we'll just play a little bit of the Stanley Parable. Because that's another video. There's another game that's going to be part of that video. And while I have like an hour of footage for it, I literally just got the footage I needed for the... I don't remember what video it was. I think it was the Edith Finch retrospective that I needed that footage for. It's literally like 20 minutes of specifically recorded footage for the voiceover that I recorded there, rather than just like a general thing. I definitely should heal. Yeah, I definitely should have healed, because this is actually quite a tricky attack, except it's not. I'm gonna heal. I don't care about the fact that I'm not going to win. I am very much aware of the fact that I'm still going to die. But I want to get at least through the first part here to like get my muscle memory back, as I said. But I also want to get a little bit of practice in with the second part of the fight. So if we can accomplish that, I think this attempt will be to a certain extent a success. Okay, so that's a halfway point. Now things are starting to get real, and we're about to be real upset again. Because this is not a lot of fun. It's not at all. Let's fucking go. Here we go, back to the depths of hell. That was bad. That was great. That was bad. That was real bad. That's a second chance. That's good. That was bad. I have devolved back into just saying whether something is good or bad. As if you can't see that on your own, just watching the screen. Gaster Blaster indeed! God damn, no. Somehow I am actually avoiding these, and it's kind of weirding me out. Because that felt like a very bad movement pattern. But I avoided them all, so clearly it wasn't. Clearly it was actually kind of good. We just take that attack. We just tank that attack because it's not worth. It's not worth. This attack also not a problem. Let's eat a snowman, please. I swear to God, if this actually ends up being the attempt at our win, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Because this is way worse than some of the attempts I've had in the previous stream. At least the first half. So far, the second half is actually going not horribly. But we need to get through quite a few more attacks, so I wouldn't hold my breath. No. Ran right into that one. Let's eat this steak next turn. That wasn't too bad. You're gonna start your bone attack now, right? No, no you didn't. Ah, that's scary. Okay. So far, so... Honestly, so far, so good. This is the first attempt. First attempt of this stream, I should say. This is also a fantastic time to eat the noodles. No. Okay, that was... this is going fairly well. And if you keep pushing me, then I'll be forced to use my special attack. We already made it to him threatening us with his special attack. That's actually quite significant. Because, again, first attempt of the stream. Yeah, my special attack sound familiar? Well, get ready, because after the next move, I'm going to use it. So, if you don't want to see it... Okay, so we need to survive this. Then a special attack, and then we win. And surviving this does not seem like... Okay, we are fucking screwed now. So close. Again, first attempt. I did not expect to get this far in this attempt. Hold on, that attack didn't take that long. That took way longer last time. Was that attack? Does he just keep going there until you're down at 1 HP, so you have to do perfectly throughout the rest of his special attack? That feels like maybe... That was only like three directional inputs. And that attack went on for like 30 seconds every time last time. So I feel like there might just be something that I'm not quite getting yet about that attack. That was... Not a great, not a bad start. Which is funny to say. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water here real quick. Which is funny to say, because if at any point during the first, like, I don't know, 3 hours of me doing this, just getting to this point in the fight, the first barrage, with still almost 60 HP left would have been insane. And now that's just like par for the course. Water is indeed healthy, especially if you're talking, and in this specific case because it is Sans shouting a lot. So, hello, welcome. Let's get this show on the road. And let's not fuck up that badly, because okay, twice in a row, that's not good. It's only a sliver of damage, but still, that's not good. It's a pretty bad start, especially since we had a... Okay, this is actually... That's okay, that's a real bad start. I might as well die, honestly. At this point. Then again, I did very badly during the last attempt. We got pretty goddamn close, so... Maybe I am now just a god. And I'll just do this on the second try. I'm hoping. I was planning on saying expecting, but then my brain was like, no, you're not. I'm hoping to do this within like the first 5 attempts. I'm expecting to do this within 10. Which probably means it'll take 20. I really hope that at the end of this, because for the first like 10 attempts or something, Sans has custom dialogue. I'm really hoping at the end when you actually beat him, he tells you how many tries it took. Because I stopped fucking counting. Because Sans stopped counting, so I did too. That was very, very bad on my part. I hope he tells you. I hope he says like, oh, it only took you like 35 times or something like that. 35 seems about right. It's probably a little higher than 35, honestly. Because let's just think about this critically. I made it past... Okay, hold on. I made it past Undyne, yes, but it took me an hour and a half. And I've been stuck in this fight for over 4 hours. So, I don't want to like come across as seeming like I'm a like high level pro good gamer or anything. I just in theme with this game, I suppose. I just have a huge amount of determination, and that's mostly because I know people are watching. And if I stop, people would judge me. That being said, I did say at the end of the last stream, when I made it close to the end of this fight, that if I didn't make it in that stream, I wouldn't do another stream of this. And yet here we are. Because I just can't let this go, and I need this fucker to die. So, yeah, determination. It really is a very powerful thing, apparently. I did also eat the butterscotch pie in the Undyne fight. But the funny thing is, I didn't need to. I ate it by accident. I was actually doing very well, and on the last, on the very last turn of that fight. Okay, that looked real pro. I'll admit that. On the very last turn of the Undyne fight, I just mashed the enter key to get to attacking, and I didn't realize I was still in the items menu, and I ate the butterscotch pie, which I'm really regretting right about now, because having another full eating item would be kind of neat. Oh, we're already at a halfway point. That happened very, very quickly. Yeah, okay, so it took my legendary hero sandwiches, all 3 of them, to get to this point. But we still have the snowman pieces and the 2 powerful items. So, thanks for the follow. See, this attack, not a fucking problem. There's only like really 2 attacks at this point that I'm legitimately scared of. And the rest I can pretty much deal with. The issue is the attacks that legitimately scare me are also the attacks that just instantly kill me. More or less. See? Looks real scary. It really isn't. That attack I just take because I can't be bothered. Learning how to actually dodge it. That's just Flappy Bird. See, even this attack. This attack is actually one of my favorites, I think, because it's just fun. It's just the version on steroids is not a lot of fun. Well, maybe I didn't have to keep consuming timelines if you didn't keep killing me, you son of a... Just because you use this fun attack, which I can actually, like, dodge, I will not finish that sentence. And that day is today. Yeah, sure is. Okay, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad. Let's go for the steak. Okay, bad, very bad. Let's quickly go, because I think I might be able to make it through one attack and then use the instant noodles. Because you're going to go for... No! Okay, that was real bad. Still going to have to go for the instant noodles, obviously. That's the first time anyone called that a Flappy Bird attack. It is Flappy Bird! I mean, not as much as the final attack of the fight, which I made it to twice. That is even more Flappy Bird. But that attack, it's literally just Flappy Bird. This attack, however, can go fuck itself. It just does not work properly. Somehow, I made it through though. So I'm kind of fine, because I took like 30 HP damage there. That's not a lot. Well, it is, but for that specific attack, that's not a lot. And I think this might be the final attack. Well, get ready, because after my next move, I'm going to use it. So if you don't want to see it, I really don't want to see it, but I have to, because I started playing this game and now I can't fucking stop. So, thanks. I should have healed. Like, without a doubt, I should have healed. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! We're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. Oh, we're not doing well. That is still part of the attack! Oh my god. I thought that other thing was the last thing, but the fact that I dodged like 3 other attacks there is actually impressive, because I did not expect to have to dodge anything after that. There is more! There is fucking more! At this point, I don't know how much more there is to that attack! It went so well too! Like, it had a bit of a rough start, but it went very well! Fuck. I don't like this game anymore. I don't want to play anymore. I just want to go home and sleep. I am home, but... it's way too early to sleep, so I guess I'll just keep fighting Sans. It's progress, though. Let's stay positive. It is progress. I learned a thing. Definitely jumped at the wrong time there. It wasn't my most elegant dodge. Okay, so really, it seems like the entire boss fight is 3 stages. It's this stage, which at this point is laughably easy. It's the second stage, which at this point is like just a difficult boss fight. And then there's the final stage, which is literally just one very long attack. I think once, I am positive, once I survive that entire like onslaught of attacks, however long it may be after the thing I just died at, after that, he can't hurt me anymore. After that, I have won. I just don't know how long the actual attack is the issue. No, that's bad dodge. That's a real bad dodge. I guess at this point the issue isn't the fact that I am going into that attack with too low of a health. It is, because clearly because I died. But I had healing items to spare last time. And I very much doubt there's any reasonable chance of me getting to that attack with any more health than I had last time. Because every time I heal, I also lose health. Because the last couple of attacks Sans does are bullshit. So I'm not really going to be able to gain much more health. Unless I get perfect at all those attacks. Also, talking about healing, probably should have done that turn earlier. So it's just really about not panicking and being able to react to whatever he throws at me. Oh my god! Oh, this Castle Blast is really at the end of the... No! That will be so upsetting if that's the case. Because I dodged like half of them. Well, I survived half of them. I don't know if I dodged exactly. But hey, if that's the case, and somewhere deep in my heart, I hope it's not, because that means that I did die at the literal last attack. But it also means that we got really fucking close to beating him. And that we are probably going to be able to do it either this attempt, which is a very bad attempt because I'm getting a lot of damage, but I'm also getting very lucky with these Ghaster Blasters, holy shit. Like, either this attempt or next attempt will probably get him, if that's the case. Because that final attack actually is, like, once you know it's coming and what's coming, it doesn't seem that bad, other than, like, the Ghaster Blaster thing, because that was bullshit. Hello, welcome to my torture. This is my punishment for living. No, no! Almost made it out of that one. Okay, this is a very bad first half of the fight. I'll be ready to admit that. But then again, I had a very bad first half of the fight the first attempt today. So let's just fucking keep going. And if nothing else, it'll give us an opportunity to learn to dodge some things a little bit better. Yeah, I think that was my issue. I panicked and I was way too close to the edge. It's really just a circle, like a small circle you have to make around the center. Because those Ghaster Blasters aren't homing. They're literally like, they're just in a circle. I think you're right about that. So I'm going to try to do that, but no promises. These Ghaster Blasters, however, can really go suck a dick. Nope. Ran right into that one. Nope. That one always fucking... Okay, that one we just take. Let's go for the noodles. This attack, again, I like. Because it means that I can get through an entire turn without getting damaged. Especially at this speed. Oh, I remember once we beat this fight, because at this point it's not a matter of if anymore, it's a matter of when. When we beat this fight, we have to go back to my cringy ass voice acting. So do prepare for that. You do need some mental time to prepare for my cringy ass voice acting. No! Put myself into a bad position there that I couldn't escape, I think. Wait, and that day is today. Okay. I'm gonna take one more turn because I don't think... Yeah, maybe I should have healed. All this fighting is really tiring me out. Okay, we definitely need to heal. We definitely need to heal. I think this should be the last one. It was. Yeah, without a doubt we take the stake. And then we are probably going to need to take a snow piece right afterwards, because fuck this attack and everything about it. Okay, if we focus here, and don't do that, or that. Last no piece, here we fucking go. And this attack again, because why the fuck wouldn't you? At least he's using different... As long as he keeps using different directions and not the same twice in a row, I feel safe in... I'm dead. I'm just straight up dead. I will be in a second anyway. Okay, we didn't quite get as far this time around. There is a chance that we survive this. At which point we'll die next turn. So, okay, never mind. That was horrible. That was legitimately... That's the worst attempt we've done today. But I think I said I was hoping to do it within 5 attempts. I think this is the 5th attempt of today. I'm expecting to do it within 10. So if we fail here, we've got 5 more. And after that, I will just be outed as an idiot. As if the whole world didn't already know that. Okay, that was a pretty strong start. I grazed the bones, I think, in the Flappy Bird attack. I'm going to keep referring to it as the Flappy Bird attack, because it is the Flappy Bird attack. But other than that, I think I pretty much nailed that. Let's try to put in a little focused effort here. So maybe we can actually do this first part of the fight without having to heal. Which would save us at least, like, it would be a lot more stressful, but it would give us more chances towards the end. Because if we can just keep healing until we get a lucky turn where he uses an attack that we can avoid, we get a huge amount of health out of it, and that might just make the difference. So the more healing items we have left over at the end of the fight, the better it is. Using healing items now will... that was bad. Will help in the moment, but it will still lead to our death. Yeah, I died to the second to last attack, I think, before the special attack. So definitely, it's the earliest in the fight that I've died in today's stream. But we did a real good start with today's or this attempt to the fight. I've just been making some stupid mistakes since, leading to me needing to heal, while really there's no reason for me to have to heal, other than me being stupid. Which, honestly, that's always the reason I need to heal, is because I'm stupid. Because if I weren't stupid, I wouldn't be getting hit so much. I remember when this attack seemed more or less... Okay, never mind. I should not get cocky with saying, this attack seemed unavoidable at some point, and now I can just do it. And then I lose half my health to the fucking attack, because that's just how this works, apparently. I'm still half convinced that equipping the frying pan and getting that 4 extra HP out of the healing items might be worth it over the extra invincibility, which really doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot in this fight. The wiki says that it does do something. And people on the internet say that having the extra invincibility items is generally the best thing to equip in this fight. So I'm gonna keep it equipped. I just don't really feel that it makes a difference. It probably actually does. It probably decreases the amount of damage I take by quite a lot, making it possible for me to get to the point where I am at in the fight at the moment, damn it! But it really doesn't feel that way. I need to try to... Okay, never mind, I'm going to need to heal. Again, ate all 3 legendary hero sandwiches before the midpoint of the fight. That's not a good sign. And I'm going to have to eat at least 1 snow piece as well, which is even a worse... No, we're not going to act on sands. Okay. There's literally no reason for me to not eat. Like, there's 0 reason for me to not heal right here. The idea is we might be able to save it until later. But if we use it later, we're just going to waste like half the item anyway. So if I'm just careful and don't think, oh, I have a lot of HP, I can take the hits, which is a thing that I do tend to do quite a bit, we should be fine. And move in a fucking decent pattern with the Gaster Blaster attacks. That's all I need to do. Like, not be a total fucking failure. See? That wasn't that difficult. Just do it. Just do it and get good. That's all you need to do. You just need to get good. See? Even that attack doesn't throw. Okay, that attack still panics the hell out of me. I'm just afraid to commit. Because if I commit a little too hard, I fall down into the bones. And I lose pretty much all my health. Rather than just a little bit when I get hit by the bone for like half a second. Especially with the invincibility, apparently. That does make a difference. It's not that much damage. And it's a lot safer for me to just like take that hit. I keep telling myself because I really don't want to put in the effort to learn that attack as well. Yeah, please do keep using this attack. But stop using this attack when you're starting to like do the souped up version. Because I fucking hate that one. And that day is today. Okay, sure, why not? Nope. Okay, it's time for steak. That wasn't bad. That was actually pretty damn good. All this fighting's really tiring me out. Yeah, me too. Me fucking too. I'm gonna go for a snowman piece. I'm gonna go for the instant noodles. Okay, now we have the bullshit version of this attack. Again, mostly because when he does a double side, you just bounce and there's no way to fully avoid that, I don't think. At least not a way that I am capable of. After this attack, I'm probably going to need to heal. After my next move, I'm going to use it. So, if you don't want to see it, that'd be a good time to die. I really, like... I feel prepared! I was not prepared. I am the opposite of prepared. Holy fucking shit. Use both. Use both. There's no way he's going to damage me for, like, that much health in this one attack. Okay, maybe there... Okay, there definitely is a way, because he literally just did it! I'm dead. Oh my god! Okay, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. We did a lot of things. It was not one of them. Here we fucking go again. Okay, bad start. Doesn't matter. Wasn't a horrible start, just a bad one. Rip, yeah, rip indeed. Gonna rip my fucking eyes out. Just keeps going. I'm not gonna do that, because then I'm definitely not gonna win, because I can't do this on just sound. Are there audio cues? Surely that's not spatial audio, because yeah, you can't do this blindfolded. I mean, I've been getting annoyed at the fact that there's probably people who do this. Okay, that was a real bad dodge. Probably people who do this without any damage. Like, there's gotta be somebody that's done it. I still haven't looked it up on YouTube just because I don't want to get discouraged at how fucking amazing they are. But you know what? You know what? When I see people, not specifically for this fight, because again, I haven't looked it up yet. That was real bad. I think someone did on the first. Okay, so like, no offense to anybody who's good at video games, because I'm just a salty fucker who is bad at video games. But while there might be people out there that can say they can do sands on either the first try or the fucking hell, or do it damageless, I, on the other hand, have a job. Like, we all got something, right? Some people, like, contribute to society, and some people can do difficult boss fights on their first try. That's a joke, obviously. I feel the need to clarify that you can have a talent for video games and also, like, not be useless. That's not to say that you need to have a job to be useful, even. That's politics. Let's get out of there. Let's focus on the fight. How about that? That being said, if you do this on your first try, I honestly don't know. If you beat Sans on your first try, I don't know if you mean somebody beat Sans on his first try. Their first try could be anyone, right? Beating Sans on their first try, or beating Sans damageless on their first try. Because either way, but specifically if it's the latter, I feel like we need a scientist to look into their brain. Because that is some, like, hyper-evolved gamer energy. That's actually scientifically interesting. Because that means that there's something, like, either their reaction speeds are, like, stupidly high, or their capacity for learning is just through the roof, or something like, probably a combination of those kind of factors. But either way, that is remarkable, and not just because, like, oh, you did a funny thing in a video game, and that's impressive. That's, like, actually probably scientifically relevant. Like, we need to hook this person up to a ECG machine ASAP. And then get them a fucking job. Because clearly they have to. No, they don't need a job. They probably have a job. But they don't need to stink in, like, 5 hours into this fight like me, because they did it in the first try. So for them, it probably only took like 10 minutes. If that. Meanwhile, I'm here, going strong at hour 5. And we're halfway through the fight again. I did use a fuck of a ton of healing items, though. Because, frankly, I was just not paying attention to the fight, and that's just that's on me. But the fact that we can even get to this point with me, like, paying next to no attention is, again, remarkable. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. I'm not proud of myself for that one, though. Because that was a real bad move. Okay, I'm gonna start focusing here for a moment, because while I doubt that with the run up to this we're going to make it, I'm still gonna give it a try, obviously. We got this far. Now we're going to have to attempt to actually win. Okay, that was actually the worst. Good food. Sounds good. I had McDonald's for dinner today because I just didn't feel like eating actual food. And now my stomach is kind of... You see, I actually got damaged more there because I tried to avoid it. You can't just, like, fall down through those green platforms, can you? Because if you can, that makes, like... That makes 2 of the attacks in this fight so much easier that I very much doubt that you can. Yeah, the strategy is definitely healing at this part of the fight. I think, maybe. Rather than keeping at low HP and then trying to heal as you get low. That doesn't make any sense how I said that. I mean, the way I said that makes so much sense that it, like, why would you not do that? That was fucking horrible. And this is worse. I still have the noodles. I still have the noodles. And we're getting at the threat. Yeah, I need to use the noodles. I need to use the noodles. I repeat, the noodles need to be used. And if you keep pushing me, then I'll be forced to use my... Oh no, we have one more turn than I thought we did. That is potentially not great. Where's my... There we are. I lost my cursor there for a moment. That actually took more HP out of me than that entire attack did, I think. Gaster Blasters? Gaster Blasters. I actually like Gaster Blasters. I don't like Gaster Blasters, never fucking mind. Yep, no. Okay, here we fucking go again. So close! So fucking close! But, and this is the good news, I'm getting better at that attack. Like the going up and down, I like to think of it as the plane attack. Or the Uber Flappy Bird attack, because everything is Flappy Bird for some reason. I'm getting better at that attack. Downside is I only get to practice that attack like once every 10 minutes. Upside is, if I get good enough at the first part of that attack, I'm probably good. I just need to get better at the gravity attack. If I get good at the gravity attack, I think that fixes most of my issues. Nope. Wasn't too bad, okay. I remember, like, a couple of hours ago, in game time, not in, like, actual time, because that was, like, earlier this week, I was very happy when I could do the first attack without healing. At this point, I'm aiming for doing the first portion of the fight without healing. Okay, so yeah, you definitely can't drop through those green platforms. Yeah, I did try it in that attack, because, honestly, being able to just test it out there would have been worth having to heal. Because then I would have known for the more difficult attack later on. And again, if I die this time, I think this is attempt 7, I have lost count already. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, ah! I wish I could give up too, Sans. I wish I could give up too. But at this point, I am like knee deep in the sunk cost fallacy. And not even knee deep, I'm like about to like go under. I'm about to drown in sunk cost fallacy here. Which is to say, I have spent 5 hours on this fight. I am finishing it now, no matter how much more it takes. I fucking need to heal. I think we can make it through that one without jumping, and then just a little damage. We can take a little damage. There's no problem. You know a fight is starting to get tedious when I start doing voices. Okay, that was actually the worst. If I die here, I won't die here, never mind. I got hit though. Surprising. I can feel my hands starting to cramp a little again, and that does not improve my performance. But I think this might be the last or second to last attack of this phase, at which point I'll have the opportunity to at least heal. The fast one there is a little tricky, I'll admit. Ah, that was not the last one. That was not the last attack. Damn it. I'm very happy that these Gaster Blaster attacks don't seem to like follow you in any significant way. They're just random. Okay. I don't know what our healing item situation is like. I think I ate 2 Legendary Hero sandwiches. I did. So I have that, and then let's also eat a snow piece just to get back to a high HP value. Then we have 2 snow pieces, instant noodles, and the steak for the second half of the fight. That should be at least somewhat decent. My reaction times do really need to get better. Like, a lot better. Because the amount of damage I'm taking here is... Straight up, that was unacceptable. I need to heal. Probably should have done with a different item. I realize now. Same with the Gaster Blaster attack there. That was pretty unacceptable performance. That was bad. Like, straight up just not good. At least I avoided that one. And this one. This attack, not a problem. That attack almost hit me. I'm gonna go one more attack without healing. Oh, it's like, as frustrating and like horrible as this is, I'm actually having a lot of fun. You should definitely like just install the game and play it again. Even if it's for a pacifist run. Frankly, I think a pacifist run is a lot more fun than this genocide bullshit. I definitely should have healed there, because if it didn't do this attack but another attack, I would have been screwed. But definitely, yeah, just like install the game. Yeah, you have the game. Just like download it and have fun. Maybe just do a neutral run where you kill the annoying bosses. Because that's how I played the first time. If you just kill the annoying bosses and do the pacifist thing for the fun bosses. Like the spider boss, whatever her name is, Muffet, I think. That one I just killed first time I played the game, because it's a pretty annoying boss to do in pacifist. No! Fuck! I beat the neutral run surprisingly. The upside to the neutral run is that you can just kill anything that you don't like. Some of the pacifist fights can get a little tricky, but most of them really aren't that bad. Luckily, the genocide run only really has 2 fights. I'm gonna go one more turn. This might be a mistake, but I don't think it was. It might have been. It definitely was. Instant noodles, here we fucking go, bitch! I have so much health. I have so much fucking health. I don't have any more healing items, but I have so much fucking health. It's unreal. Okay, that was not great. That was even worse. Remember when I had so much fucking health? Yeah, me too. Was a good time, wasn't it? Who's ready for me to die again? Because it's about to happen. It's about to happen real good. Yeah, my spell attack sound familiar? Oh, it fucking does. It fucking does. Don't you worry about that. No, okay, I couldn't have gone anywhere there, right? Because if I hadn't gone up into that laser, I would have been yeeted by the other laser. Or gas the blast, right? I guess is the preferred terminology there. Let's go again. This is my life now. I just keep bashing my head into this fight until I win. I must say, like, the idea of determination being the main, like, superpower in this game, and then this fight. I've never played Deltarune. I do need to check it out at some point. But when Deltarune Rune originally was released, I don't think I had played Undertale yet. So I wasn't really interested. I watched game theory videos on it, and it seemed like, oh, this is just like alternate universe Undertale with different gameplay mechanics. Still interesting. But it didn't really, like, grab my attention. Maybe now that I have a better appreciation for Undertale itself, I'll appreciate Deltarune a little bit more as well. Has there been any more... Because it was supposed to be like an episodic thing, right? Because as far as I understand, when it was released, there was, like, no complete story to it whatsoever. Has that been updated and or maybe in some kind of finished form at this point in time? Because if it's like a open-ended story that doesn't really go anywhere, I'm not saying I dislike that. There's going to be a second chapter. Okay, but like that's what they said years ago. And if it's still not here, I'm not going to get invested in something that may or may not actually get a second chapter. It's kind of the Final Fantasy VII issue, right? There's the first chapter that's been released as a full price game. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to like do multiple chapters of this. And there's not been a word on the continuation of it. So I own Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation 4. Because I got it with like 60% off at some point. But I'm not going to actually start playing it until I'm sure that there's actually going to be a continuation. Because I hate nothing more than starting something and then not being able to finish it because there just isn't a sequel. Where there clearly should be one. Matter of fact, I've been listening to the audiobook for The Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fear. It's something that I've discussed like literally every other stream. Because I love those books. But it's been 10 years since the second book came out and... I very much started to doubt that the third book will ever come out, and that bothers me a lot. That's like... It's honestly like if after the second Lord of the Rings, there was just not a third one. Worse yet, no, it's much worse. Well, it's not much worse, it would actually be kind of similar. But if there's like the Harry Potter books, right? You'd say, oh, so 2/3 of those, the last two books didn't come out. No. It would be worse, because there would be a lot of questions set up in book 6, and then book 7 would have just never been released. That's the situation readers of those books find themselves in. And I try to avoid that with anything as much as I can. I didn't know this bullshit was going on with this book series when I started these books. So I'm caught in. But I try to prevent that wherever possible. Also, we made it to the halfway point of this fight again, so that's neat. Let's start focusing again. Okay, so far, so good. That was actually fantastic. Like, no false humidity there. Humidity. No false humidity. It's dry as fuck in here. Honestly, my mouth does feel a little dry. I do need to dehydrate. Rehydrate. God damn it, I can't talk anymore. That was the first hit I took. Honestly, I'm not too upset about it. Not too much damage. Just take the hit. Just take the hit. Just... Okay. Maybe just taking a hit is not a good idea there if it happens 3 times in a row. There's almost no safe place on screen for me to like do nothing for a second and just take a sip of water until I die. Or win. That's also a possibility, theoretically speaking anyway. Oh, I can just rest here until the bone shows up at the left-hand side of the screen there. Ah, sweet water. Sweet hydration. Do I need to heal? You know what, now that I'm on the menu anyway, might as fucking well. I got out of that, more or less, and wow. Just wow. Someday you're going to learn to quit. Now we have this attack. That's not too big of a problem. Okay, I actually got hit a little there. I think at this point we're in all-out war. Okay, this is actually not too bad. That was stupid on my part. I panicked and I just pressed enter twice rather than looking at what I was eating. So that's not great. But at least I'm not dead. Let's go for the noodles. Okay, I fucking hate this attack and it can go die in hell. Do a different fucking attack. Be original, you son of a bitch. Or at least, like, give me different directions every time. That also does help a lot. Different attack, thank you. You predicted perfectly where I was going to be there. I'm not even going to make it to the special attack. Yeah, especially since I keep fucking up these basic ass attacks. I have no reason to be this far into the fight. I did a lot of fuck ups. My special attacks sound familiar. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it to your special attack, so don't you fucking worry. Because you keep using your bullshit attack. Yeah, this one. That's exactly the one I mean. Actually, if you just use it like that, it's not that much of a bullshit attack, admittedly. Okay, we just have to do this perfectly. We did not do that perfectly. Matter of fact, that might be as far from perfect as was physically possible. Literally the first bone. Well, the first bone after the entire rest of the fight. In my defense. We've been at this for almost an hour again. I had honestly expected that within an hour I would have beaten him. I'm glad I'm being entertaining, at least. That's kind of the point of this whole thing. If I can't be good at the video games, at least I can be good at entertaining people, right? So, here on Twitch and on social media in general, it's one or the other. You have to be insanely good at video games, which I am not. Or you have to be at least somewhat entertaining, which I hope I am. Though, I must admit that this probably isn't the best avenue for me to be entertaining, because I actually have to like focus on shit. But there is a certain entertainment value in suffering, isn't there? Like, rage games are popular for a reason. And I would definitely, specifically this fight, but Undertale to a certain extent in general, classify it as a rage game. Specifically this fight again. Specifically the genocide run. But this game is not too dissimilar from a game like Cuphead. This fight, anyway. It throws a lot of weird mechanics at you. It's brutal. I would say that this... Strangely, this fight, while it's taking me longer than any individual fight in Cuphead, if this keeps up, this fight is going to take me about as long as Cuphead did in its entirety. Which is insane to think about, because I think I spent about 8 hours playing Cuphead, and so far we're over 5 hours into me doing this fight, which is insanity. The longest I spent on any individual boss in Cuphead was an hour and a half. But what I'm trying to get at is that Cuphead in general is actually a lot more punishing than this fight. Because in Cuphead you just have a couple of hits and that's it. At least here you can heal, and like the fight just takes longer. Pain when playing video games is funny. Exactly. It's the same kind of funniness as like Best Home Videos. You know that television program from back in the day? I don't know if it still exists. Where you just like more or less watch people get hurt for 20 minutes and have some ad breaks thrown in, and that was a television format. Back in the day when creativity wasn't invented yet, apparently. That was horrible. That was funny because you see other people getting hurt. And for some reason, we as people really like seeing other people getting hurt. And back in the day, that was physically. Now we have Twitch and Rage Games, so we can see people just break down and forget what grammar is. We can see people break down emotionally and get like psychic hurt and stuff. Again, I can't talk anymore because this game is overflowing. Hold on, we're actually doing fairly well, aren't we? This is our first heal. Okay, we're doing this. We are doing this. This is our first heal. Somehow we made it all the way here without having to heal at all. This is it. This is where we win. Probably not, but I can dream. Gonna be a little more silent here for a minute or two. Okay, not great. Not worthy of healing yet, though, so that's a good thing. Just take it. Maybe we need to heal next turn, depending on what you do here. If you do the easy gravity attack, we'll be fine. We might actually make it through most of the fight with only having to heal like twice. Okay, this slightly faster easy gravity attack. I can still do that, no problem. I'm going to start looking at Sans rather than the box below when he does that attack. Because I think that might actually help. Nope! Needed to go down there. Always go perpendicular to... Let's eat a steak. To the direction of the last face that showed up. It's really not that complicated. Holy shit, I did that. Maybe we need to eat a snow piece next turn. That did seem to maybe do a little better. No, I just got lucky that he didn't do the same direction twice in a row a lot there. Okay, so after the next turn, he's going to use a special attack, so we might as well use the noodles now. We have so much healing item goodness left. It's kind of insane, honestly. Okay, that was not my smartest move. Okay, that's also not my smartest move ever. Maybe, No, I'm going to attack. We'll have about half HP left to get through this final attack. I think we got it. I think we got this. We didn't got this! We didn't got it! How long does that go on for? How long does that go on for? That must have been like the last second of it. There's no way that goes on for much longer than it did there. Okay, that's a horrible start. Well, we start right from the start again. We had a real good attempt there. Let's see if we can replicate it. I did fuck up like a couple of times there in the second to last attack. Quite badly. We could have gone into that attack with just a sliver more HP. Like 15 to 20 more HP. And we probably would have lived. If that was actually like the last second of it. Like... I imagine it has to be. We would have probably survived. So, really what it comes down to is... You have fun with Undertale. You have fun with your own Undertale while I... keep getting tortured. We're really close to getting it, so I'm sure we'll get it before too long. And next stream will be on Saturday. We'll be streaming Pokemon something manga red adventures stuff. I'm not entirely sure what the actual name of the game is. I was thinking maybe during the second half of today's stream we play a little Hollow Knight, but that does not seem likely. Because, one, I didn't set it up. I don't think I even have it installed now that I think about it. And two, after I beat this, I'm taking a well-deserved break. But next week we should be back, maybe with Undertale, with Hollow Knight. Which is way less difficult than this. So, at least that's good. I've never beaten the entirety of Hollow Knight, so maybe the final boss there is as difficult. But somehow I very much doubt that it is. Because, have you seen this fight? You have, clearly, because you're watching this. Look, if this even gets like a couple of views that watch all the way through on YouTube, that means that it's gonna get me so much fucking watch time, it's unreal. Nobody's gonna watch this in its entirety on YouTube though, because this is... I can imagine this being rather infuriating to watch, me just die over and over. Maybe it's entertaining though. I know some YouTubers that I've seen specifically play Undertale, never the genocide route, because most YouTubers aren't moronic enough to attempt this. That are very infuriating because they're just bad at things like dodging. And that is with the pacifist attacks, which seem trivial at this point. But it's still fun and entertaining to watch. So maybe it is entertaining to somebody out there. And if that is the case, I would very much implore you to go seek mental health help. Because clearly something is horribly wrong with you that you think this is that entertaining. Okay, we're already halfway through the fight. I've only had to heal once so far. As we have seen a couple of times now, we make it consistently to the end of the fight without having to use all of our healing items. So, me having used a legendary hero sandwich and a snowman piece there to get to this point isn't a death sentence anymore. At this point, it's mostly about RNG, which attacks he uses, and how unfair those attacks end up being. And how badly I fuck up in the Ghastly Blaster attacks, because those can deal quite a lot of damage as well. Generally they don't. If that had gone on for like a second longer, I would have been in trouble. Luckily it didn't, so I'm good. It's just good to know that with those those bones that go like in opposite directions of each other, as long as you make it to the ground with a full height jump, you're safe. You don't need to make a second one. So you can be a little risky with it. Where with the usual version of that attack in the first half of the fight, you really can't be risky with it that way, because you're gonna get hit by your second jump. Okay, not great. I think the issue is that I hold the arrow key too long. I managed to avoid all that. Mostly through magic, I assume. All this fighting is really tiring me out. Yeah, me too. I've said that about 1 billion times now, so it's not funny anymore. Let's use the stake. Let's not do anything unnecessarily risky. Matter of fact, before we start getting like real difficult about things here, let's also just eat a snowman piece. Just so we're good. Yeah, no, still, fuck that attack. That attack just, no. Well, the snowman, please. We're not going to use the noodles quite yet, if we don't need to. Legendary hero sandwich. I'm just waiting for thank you. Exactly that. An attack that's not the gravity attack. That's what I was waiting for. Exactly that. Because after the next move I'm going to use it, so if you don't want to see it, now would be a good time to die. Another Ghastly Blaster. That's actually quite nice. Legendary hero sandwich. If he does the gravity move here, I still have the noodles. There's no use in me not using the noodles. I know it's a little wasteful, but like, unless the RNG with directions just screws me here real bad, which it really didn't. We have about half HP. We have about half HP. We can do this. Come on. Okay, I'll take it. That was magical. I panicked. I'm actually close to giving up. I'm like legitimately considering just ending the stream and just saying, okay, like 6 some hours in, 5 and some hours in, excuse my mistake, I just can't. I have tried, I've gotten close, but I just can't. I have no excuses as far as, oh, but if I just get to it with more items, I'll be fine. Other than, I need to get better at specifically that last attack. And I need to get more lucky with the RNG as far as directions with the gravity attack goes. And it's mostly, and that's the infuriating part here, it's mostly the gravity attack before the entire sequence there that's fucking me. Because while I lost some HP in the flight towards the Gaza Blaster onslaught, it wasn't that much. I'm also starting to think I don't know how much disk space I have left and I'm recording this, so that might not be good. That might actually be real bad. I should have checked that before starting to stream. Oh well, I guess we'll figure it out if it actually becomes a problem. I very much doubt that it will. At this point, I'm not even concerned about taking like a little stupid damage like that. Because I know we'll just make it to the end anyway. And there's a bottleneck there. If I could like overheal myself, get like 120 HP. Or like have an item that's used healing items in my inventory once a turn or something. To save my life. I don't know, a weird ass item like that. That would give me the edge I needed to win. But that item does not exist. And if it did, it definitely would not be available in the Genocide run. There is the Stained Apron, which is not available in the Genocide run, which heals 1 HP every other turn, which isn't a lot, but with how good I've gotten at this first part of the fight, I would be able to probably save a healing item through it. But as we established, a healing item isn't going to make the difference here. Because I've gotten to the end of the fight with healing items to spare at this point. And that means I'm getting sloppy at the start of the fight. It's really what that comes down to. And I have no reason to be, because I'm actually quite good at this part. Somehow I dodged that? Question mark? Okay, that was just... Sometimes I do things that surprise me and I'm like, okay. Something like in the back of my head took over there, like pure survival instinct. Ultra instinct, you might say. And I dodged all of that perfectly. That was not one of those situations. This was a situation where I just got lucky. Straight up, just lucky. I'm not going to heal. I'm not going to heal here. Because that would be kind of wasteful. Maybe I should have. I definitely should have. Okay, it's definitely a good idea to heal after this turn though. Matter of fact, I'm going to immediately heal with the stake. Should I have done that? Maybe not. Now that I think about it a little more critically, definitely not. Eat a snow piece because I'm fairly confident that fucking this attack. At the fact that I can do most attacks here without taking either any or too much damage. So let's do another snowman piece. It's real weird to do this attack at this speed now. It even allows me to make a little mistake and still not get hit, which is really nice. Maybe the later part of this fight could take a page out of that book. That would be fucking fantastic. This is more my speed. Like, this is the perfect balance. This is not too slow that it's getting boring between. But it's not too fast. It's not even the speed that throws me. It's the fact that he does well, it is the speed, actually. It's the combination of the speed, the height of the attack, and the fact that he does the same direction twice in a row. No, don't go to the middle of the screen. Why did I think that was a good idea? Snowman piece. I need to save the noodles for the last attack. Like, there's no way. Okay. Sometimes I'm stupid. Sometimes I'm idiotic. Sometimes I am just downright a moron. And this is one of those times. You'll keep consuming time. We're only at that part of the dialogue? Oh, I'm fucked. If you're already doing this attack that much, and we're only at this part of the dialogue, I thought those were linked together. Clearly, they are not. And that day is today. Okay, this attack, please more of that. I like this attack. I actually, no. I misspoke. Okay, I hate this attack. I was going to say I love this attack, because it's easy to dodge. And then I fucked up. That wasn't great. That wasn't great at all. Whatever happens, like special attacks, I need to make it through this attack, and he's going to do the gravity attack again. And then I need to make it through his special attack flawlessly. He's not going to do his gravity attack again, but You can't tank through attacks if you only have 1 HP. That's the thing, right? If you only have 1 HP, you can't tank anything because you will die. And unless you want to be a meat shield, which isn't very relevant in single player games, it's not going to help you. Not one bit. Oh, I thought I was ready, and then it turned out I very, very much was not. I might literally, like, the only reason I haven't picked up a controller to see if it controls any better at all is because I know that a lot of the muscle memory I've built up will be useless. And I don't want to have to relearn all of these attacks with the controller in hand. But I feel like specifically that gravity attack might be more bearable using a controller versus the arrow keys on your keyboard. But maybe it isn't. Maybe it's actually worse. Because you don't have your fingers on the arrows at all times and you have to... I feel like it would be a lot more intuitive now. I mean, I could just keep it on my lap at all times and switch to it specifically for that attack. If the game lets you switch inputs like that. That's a very good question I didn't think about. It probably won't, right? Will it? Oh yeah, no, it totally will. Okay. So that's an option. That's an option that we can explore. If this attempt still has... okay. If this attempt still dies due to the same issue, which is really the only thing that's killing me at this point is that attack. If If we can overcome that one specific attack, or just get the RNG that doesn't fuck me, we win. And then the Gaster Blaster attack also, I panicked last time, and it screwed me pretty bad. And when you start that attack out of the rhythm, with a lot of attacks, this is the case, actually most attacks in specifically this game, but really any bullet hell game. If you don't dodge the first part of the attack, you're probably going to get hit by most of the other parts of the attack as well. Because it's really difficult to enter a safe space and then fall into the rhythm of the attack after you got hit once. So it's really important to immediately get into a safe place. I think this must be the final attack, right? Why am I trying to save healing items? It really does not matter. I think this was the last attack. But I'm not going to take the risk, because I actually feeling pretty good about this attempt so far. And the loss of one Legendary Hero Sandwich should not make a difference. And here we go. Once more! Onward! It's a pretty good movie. But not amazing. It's pretty good for a Disney movie. It's pretty average for a Pixar movie. Which a lot of people do not know the difference between, and that's really upsetting. As long as you don't call DreamWorks films Pixar, we can be friends. The moment you go Shrek or Minions, I don't even think Minions is DreamWorks, right? It's Illumination Studios or something like that. Just take it. The moment you start thinking that is Pixar, we have problems. Not just, oh, it's you have different interests. No, we have interpersonal problems. I actually actively hate you. I don't. Maybe I only say I don't because I don't want you to think I hate you. But secretly I'm like, yeah, you're a stupid cunt. Okay, let's focus on the fight here, because I've been doing pretty badly with this fight so far. You might be saying, oh, but the first part went very well. Yeah, exactly. With the fight, I've been doing pretty badly. With the prelude, I did well. It's a bit of a safe place for us. Item. Snow piece. One hit is acceptable. One hit is more than acceptable, actually. There, that's pretty good. Obviously, just avoiding the entire thing is better. But especially since I took that as a healing turn, I quite like that. Because that means that I recovered quite a lot of HP there. Just take it. Another snow piece. Just to keep high on HP. I'm going to try to keep myself in high HP rather than keeping myself alive, as I said last time. Okay, that's not great. Wait, did I already eat the steak? I thought I still had the steak. Okay, that's actually pretty bad if I don't have the steak. That means I only have the instant noodles left, and I have half HP at this point. All this fighting is really tiring me out. I need to use the noodles. Okay, it's all or nothing from here. It's probably going to be nothing, by the way. Because we're way too, like, not far enough into the fight for this to go any way other than badly. I still have half HP. Yeah, my special attack sounds familiar. Well, get ready, because after the next move... yeah, but so that means I need to survive both this and the next attack. And that's not ideal. Okay, I managed to avoid that attack. I've got 38 HP. There's no way that I'll live. But let's give this a good old try. Okay. 34. 33, I mean. About 20 HP. That's the fucking problem. If you get caught in the rhythm, you just start moving with it and you die. It goes so quickly, it's hard to really like know where you're supposed to start at. I think you're supposed to start like slightly to the bottom left of the center. I think. Thing is, it's gonna take 10 fucking minutes for me to even test that hypothesis, and if it's wrong, I just die and I have to spend another 10 minutes getting back to that point. And that's really what's pissing me off here. It's not that the attack itself is stupid. Because that attack is, while it's overkill, it's not that bad. It's mostly everything leading up to it taking so goddamn long. As well. That's that gravity attack, dude. That gravity attack is really fucking killing me. That should be the last attack of the game, though. If there's any more after that, I'm going to just... I'm going to Alt F4. I know there's more after that. But I mean anything that can damage me. And honestly, I might just look into like if I can get Cheat Engine to work with this game and just level myself to level 20. Because the 8 more HP that will give me, up to 100, I don't know if it's actually functional. Wow, difficulty talking. Because the game was never programmed for you to be able to battle with 100 HP. So it might just break things. But I think those 8 more HP will actually give me a bit of edge. And maybe that'll be enough. And if not, I can always just use infinite HP or just like always getting stuck. Like just never die. And just do it that way. Or I can probably just like get a save file that's just past beating Sans and just experience the rest of the game that way. You can tell that I have given up because I'm actually discussing ways to cheat rather than discussing what I can just do better in order to win the fight. Because at this point, I don't think there's anything that I can do better to win the fight. That's not to say that that there's nothing that can be done better. But I don't think there's anything that I can particularly do to improve other than just trying over and over and over again until I get RNG in my favor. I also desperately need to heal. Definitely do. Because yeah, I can get to the final attack with a little little more HP. Probably not... Okay, that was bad. Probably not a lot more HP than I did the last 2 times. But I can probably get to it with a little more HP. But I don't think that's going to make a significant enough difference. I need to get there with almost full HP. Or I need to get better at that gas blaster avoiding attack thing. Probably both, really. And there's no way I'm getting there with almost full HP because that gravity attack, like the more difficult gravity attack is honestly like what's holding me back, I think. Okay. Bad. Bad start to the second half of the fight. But we can do this. I have gotten pretty good at the gas blaster attack though, so that's a good thing. Because I now know that whenever I see something show up, just like start moving in a direction perpendicular to its orientation, and you're pretty likely to just not get hit. And if you get hit, it's only like a little bit. I might also need to start practicing that attack, but that's not one of those things that is... It's only in this second part of the fight. It's only like usually 2 or 3 times throughout the entirety of the fight. So is it really worth it getting damaged more at this point, trying to learn that attack? That wasn't great. Like, is it worth getting damaged more trying to learn that attack versus just like taking it and sometimes getting bad RNG and getting that attack like 1 or 2 times more? In the long run, yeah, but am I going to have enough attempts at this fight for the long run to matter at this point? I surely fucking hope not. Because again, I'm 5.5 hours almost into this fight. And I'm kind of hoping to finish it before we reach 6. And I'm starting to think that might be a foolish hope. Okay, at least this one I can do. That was horrible. Again, same direction twice is not okay. Is there just a mod that takes that specific attack out of the game? If there's a mod that takes that specific bullshit attack out of the game, I'll take that. Come on. I didn't look at my HP. That would have been a moment where I might as well try to avoid it, because if I had avoided it, worst part is I still had the instant noodles. We keep on going. We keep on going. Determination. Am I letting sounds kill me on purpose? Bitch, I might be. That was the worst thought I've had in a while. No use in getting off with such a bad start. We must be at 50 attempts at this point, right? If every attempt the average takes like 7 minutes, because some of them are instant, some of them are 10 minutes, some of them are like 5 minutes. Let's say every time the average is 7 minutes. So that's like 9-ish in an hour. Yeah, surely we must be at least close to 50. Okay, this is it. This is the attempt. We are going to beat his ass. And we're going to do it without damage. I'm not going to get damage this entire run. We both know that's not going to happen. There we go. That's the first damage. It's only a little damage though, so that's fine. I'm not going to have to heal until the midpoint. Which again, is not really that relevant, because anything after the midpoint, if I get damaged by so much that a single healing item is really like not going to offset that by anything. Okay, okay. That was stupidity beyond stupidity. That was the actual worst. Don't need to stake by accident, because that would be bad. Other than that one fuck up, we've actually been doing pretty well so far. So let's not fuck up this whole attempt by eating one of the items that I'm going to need later. I can feel it. This is it. My stupidity working its magic. But hey, maybe if I just turn off my brain and just let things happen, that'll work better than me thinking about it. Because clearly, whenever I think about it, I get hit. The more I talk, the more I don't pay attention to the game, the better I do. That is certainly not the case. But sometimes, you know, it actually is. Because sometimes I overthink things and I, as a result of that, do get hit. Well, if I just do and don't overthink... Again, I have like 5.5 hours of practice in this fight, meaning that I've probably avoided every attack. The ones that I can avoid, that is. Also at least like 50 to 100 times. Well, I've gotten hit by them that many times anyway. I don't know how many times I've fully avoided all those attacks. But that means I have some decent muscle memory for them. So if I just let them happen, more or less I should be fine, right? That's how that works. I think that's how that works. How far along are we with your dialogue? All I know is seeing what comes next, I can't afford not to care anymore. I think we're pretty far along. I've had to heal once, admittedly. But I think after this next attack... Oh, that was it! Okay. Let's do this. We're in a pretty good spot. We're actually in a really good spot because we get to max health. And let me crack my knuckles real quick here, so they don't stiffen up. And let's fucking go. Did not anticipate it being that quick. I really should have, because again, I've done this about 1 billion times at this point. Gaster Blaster avoided. That's the one where I actually need focus, because I can't do that just like on instinct. That one I actually need to look out at which direction to move in. These attacks, however, I can pretty much do without paying too much attention to them. Okay. Keep calm. This version of the attack, again, not a problem. Even if you do the same direction. You know what? If you want to do the same direction with this attack, do it with this version. Just get it out of your system, so that when you actually start being a bitch boy about it, I can still avoid them. So even here, sometimes there's an issue, but at least here in between I can reasonably I just go in here, eat a snow piece, back to full health almost. And now we have the bigger Gaster Blasters. We're actually largely up. Okay, unless you fuck up like that. Or that. Largely are easier is what I was going to say, but then I got hit by 3 in a row. So I don't know if they are. I think on average, I do get hit less by them though. No, 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 no. No. Steak. We keep the noodles for the end. All this fighting is really tiring me out. We're getting close. That's not where I wanted to be yet. Not at all. Okay, I think it's noodle time. It's definitely noodle time. Nope. Snow piece. Last healing item. I needed it. There's just no way to get to that final attack with over half health. Like, I refuse to believe that there's a reasonable way for me to get there. It is slightly over half health. Oh, we do one more move. Moved a different direction than I should have. We're going to be at about a third HP. Under or third HP, actually. I know that there's not going to be it. I'm going to die again. Oh, I didn't focus. I didn't focus. I didn't focus. Nine HP. I'm actually gonna turn into the fucking Hulk if we keep going like this. Had I actually been able to go into that move with the 50 HP that I thought I did, instead of like the 20, I probably could have lived there. Because that time I wasn't behind. That time I was ahead. Yeah, you know what? Just kill me. Bad start. We don't do bad starts. I can't believe that we're almost 2 hours into this and I still haven't beaten him. I was convinced that I was going to beat him within the first 45 minutes and I had like a lot of time left after that. To just like fuck around with the dialogue a little bit and just have a little fun and just stream early and just have a like fun evening to myself. Yeah, clearly that ain't happening. Got hit twice there on one attack. That's just that honestly that is pathetic. The fact that I got hit twice there with that attack. At least he doesn't also have orange attacks. If he also had orange attacks, that would make the thing even fucking worse. But I need to beat it. I have a deep desire at this point to beat him. Is that partly to prove myself? Yes. To who? I have no idea. But it's also because, again, sunk cost fallacy. I've put so much time into this fight, I'm getting decently consistent at getting very close to the end. It's literally only a matter of time. It's just doing it over and over and over again until I get slightly better than I am now, and I get slightly more lucky than I have up until now. Like, either one of those works, a combination of those is obviously the best. It's not impossible. I can see the end in sight. I can also see improvement still happening. So it keeps motivating me to keep fucking playing. But I think at this point, this fight alone has taken me around the same time that I've spent the entirety of the pacifist run. The pacifist run has a lot more dialogue and a lot more like actual fights, so maybe that's not entirely accurate. Oh, fuck me. Okay, we actually need to heal here. I'd have to check the YouTube playlist for how much... That's actually a neutral run, not a pure pacifist run. I don't think I have any footage of the pacifist run ending I did. I might have not even like done it for a stream or a thing. I might have just done it in my own time. Years ago at this point, I'm sure. I must say one thing, the hitboxes specifically for these types of attacks are pretty lenient, and I'm fucking glad that they are, because the hitboxes were literally just the sprites and not rectangles with like the round part of the bone isn't part of the hitbox. It's a rectangle coming up to only the straight part of the bone. We're already at the halfway point. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. And I'm gonna eat a snow piece. Because the 5 extra health is probably gonna be at least a little relevant. Maybe not. I don't think it matters that much, either way. I jumped a little early there. But at least I've got the rhythm. Maybe I should have eaten the second. Maybe I should have just eaten, instead of 1 snow piece, 2 legendary heroes. Because that would have gotten me to roughly full health. Again, I don't think it really matters that much. I think it mostly is trivial at this point, because again, my main issue lies with this attack as well. With the very end of the fight, not with how I get there. Let's eat another snow piece. Because I don't think at this point I am in desperate need of health. Honestly, the steak is a mild panic item, and the cup of noodles is either like final turn or hardcore panic. Though I'm probably going to eat a legendary hero next turn. Someday you're going to learn when to quit. Yeah, remember when I said I was going to heal? The fact that you're not safe in the actual menus really does fuck with me a bit. Okay, it's time for the steak. Just take it and hope that it doesn't come back. It's time for noodles! I fucked up. Again, if you do them that quickly after each other with that height, there's no way for me to avoid them, and that's bullshit. I need to learn to avoid that attack. At this point, I think that's the only thing I can do. I don't know how far along I am. Because you see, all this fighting is really tiring me. Yeah, same! Just gonna go fully for it. I'm gonna Google. When I die, I'm gonna Google if there's any particular strategy to employ with that attack, because I fucking hate it. Notice how I say when and not if I die. Yeah, my special attack sounds familiar. Well, it sounds really familiar. I've died to it plenty of times by now. I'm not a fan, I must admit. I am a fan of you not using the same direction twice in a row there, though. Well, here goes nothing. Are you ready? I am certainly not. Okay. Good start. Good start. Some HP. No. No, 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 no. We're gonna Google. I don't think there's a trick to it. I think it's literally just get better. Sans gravity attack dodge. When I tried genocide before resetting to do my passive run, that's a lot more fun. You should always do that. I always had issues with this pattern. I think you have to release the direction button at the right timing. In fact, he's spamming... when he's spamming the same direction, you have a very small window to react, but still you can react fast enough to avoid taking damage. I very much doubt that, honestly. If you are holding the opposite direction for jumping when you hit the ground, is an auto jump. I haven't fought Sans recently. Yeah, it is. That's kind of the fucking issue. You need to watch his arms, not the actual attack. That I understand. You will telegraph where he's going to send you. So press the opposite. No, yeah, that sounds good in theory, but that just does not work that way. I'm sorry. If he doesn't point at all, hold right because he's going to send you left. See, that is some good intel. You have to be quick. Once you get the hang on focusing sense, pointing becomes a lot easier to dodge the attack, in my opinion. Okay, Sans final cast, final attack. Yeah, no damage, I understand. You're very good at this. How can I survive the last part of the final attack? Yeah, that bullshit attack. Circles. You don't fucking say! You want to avoid the death lasers. Again. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Obviously. I know I'm taking my anger and frustration out on you as a random Redditor that's just trying to be helpful. But just get to the info. Keeping close to the middle and moving mainly in diagonals will speed you up. But don't go faster and run into the blast in front of you. Again, nothing that is hard to figure out. I'm trying to see if there's any tricks to it. So far, you're just describing the obvious. It's not too hard. Well, yeah, then you do it for me then, you fucking wanker. It's just a bit of practice. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes every time you want to have a go at it, though. The problem is getting that practice requires a living 23 other attacks. if you don't have to heal in between, there's a bad time simulator online that will just let you repeat that move until you get it. Okay. That is actually huge. If I can just practice that attack sequence for like 20 minutes on end, I can probably get it. If you want. I find that sort of external. Oh yeah, you're such a hardcore gamer. You don't mind spending 10 minutes every time to get wrecked by a stupid ass attack like that. Honestly, I don't like this person. I really don't. I guess we'll give it one more shot. And if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna go with that bad time simulator. At least he gave me like some useful info there. He's also being a bit of a dick and a snob about it, but at least some useful info. Focus. I fucking hope that the bad time simulator is still up, because that post on Reddit was like 3 years old. And there's no better healing items for me either. I don't even know if having the butterscotch pie at this point would make a difference. That's where I am at. Because if it would make a difference, I am entirely capable of redoing the entire run off screen. Just to get back to this point with the butterscotch pie. Even though that would take me like 6 hours in and of itself to do. At this point that might actually be quicker. It's not. It just isn't. Doing another 6 hours of this, it will be a lot more fun though. But doing that would require me to think that it would make any significant difference. And while it would make a difference, I don't think it's a significant enough difference to thinking like another 6 hours into this. And other than the butterscotch pie, there's no other healing items that are better than literally my current inventory. So there's no real use in trying to like... There's no tricks to it anymore. There's no tricks to do. It's just get good. Also, there's the idea of... I need to figure out the proper distance I need to take in that final attack. I think you kind of need to spiral inward, because the attack does speed up as you go along. So, if you start a little bit further away and then spiral inward slowly, I think that will roughly match up with the speeding up of the attack, if that makes any sense. It might not. It might not make any sense and it might not work. And again, the fun part is, every time you fail, it's gonna take you 10 fucking minutes to get back. The first like 3 or 4 of which are at this point leisurely. Because just look at this attack. After I finish this, I'm gonna go back to the Cotton Alley in Super Meat Boy. Because I feel like this is not gonna be a problem for me anymore at all. Because that kind of platforming is like very common in that world. And that threw me for a very big loop last time I played it a couple of weeks ago. I feel like I've grown my skills enough to the point that that should not be a problem anymore. I'm gonna take a legendary hero here. And keep it at that before we move on. Maybe the trick is just doing it entirely silently. But that's not very entertaining to watch, is the issue. Then again, if I keep talking, there's going to be more content because I'm going to keep fucking it up. And if I just shut up for a half a second, I might actually be able to beat this goddamn fight for once. I only need to beat it once. It's time to heal. It's time to heal with Snoopy specifically. I'm practicing looking at Sans during that attack. I noticed you can't see my eyes, obviously. And even if you could, you couldn't see that small of a difference. But I'm trying to look at Sans during this attack now. Just to get a bit of a feel for this attack. So maybe I can actually learn to dodge it a bit better when the more difficult version comes around. Nope. That was definitely not what I wanted to do. Again, if we can just make it to the final attack with the noodles, nothing else really matters. Because the noodles are effectively a full restore. Yeah, it could be that you have 91 HP rather than 92, but that's not going to make that big a difference, surely. That all being said, I might not make it there with the noodles, because I still have the steak. I still have the steak. Yeah, I don't really think that strategy is helping me, because it's the I'm holding the things too long is the issue. But if you're looking at Sans and not the actual like game screen, there's no way for you to know when to stop pressing the button. So what the fuck does the game want me to do? I'm honestly not sure. Well, the game definitely wants me to die. Yeah, no, it's definitely... Is it noodle time? I don't think it's noodle time. It might be noodle time. I'm gonna keep going. Like, the noodles are just always the last item we use. Let's just agree on that. I don't know, it might have actually helped a little there. After this we use the noodles. If we get there. We got there! $70 HP-ish. This is the most HP we've had going into this attack. If ever we're gonna make it, now is the time. $30-some HP. That, oh my god, that was beyond stupidity! I think we made it! I think we made it. We made... I don't know if this is like scripted 1 HP or if we actually made it with 1 HP. But we made it! we beat him! We actually beat him! Now I have to do the dialogue for the rest of the game. Alright, that's it. It's time for my special attack. Are you ready? Here's nothing. We don't move. You don't move, you. I don't know if the game will kill me if I move. I don't think it will. I think no matter what we do, we win. Yep, that's right. It's literally nothing. Oh, that attack sequence wasn't his special attack. That was just him being a dick. It's not gonna be anything either. Yeah, got it. I turned into Goofy there. I know I can't beat you. One of your turns, you're just gonna kill me. So, I've decided it's not gonna be your turn. Ever. You're gonna keep having my turn until you give up. Even if that means we have to stand here for the end of time. Capiche? Ah, let my hand get a little rest. Holy fucking shit. 6 hours! 6 hours of this madness and we fucking did it. You'll get bored here. If you haven't gotten bored already, I mean. And then you'll finally quit. Oh no. I've sunk 6 hours into this goddamn fight. I can't wait 4 or 5 more minutes. That's not a problem with me at all. I know your type. You're very determined, are you? 6 hours! You'll never give up, even if there's absolutely no benefit to persevering whatsoever. If I can make that clear, no matter what, you'll just keep going. Not of any desire for good or evil, just because you think you can. Clearly I did. And because you can, you have to. That's uncomfortably close to the truth. Again, I wasn't planning on streaming this today. Here we are, 2 hours and 12 minutes into this. Roughly. But now, you've reached the end. There's nothing left for you now. So, in my personal opinion, the most determined thing to do here is to completely give up. And literally anything else. I can't believe we fucking did it. So, Undertale, eh? Isn't that quite something? I think he's asleep. Maybe he wasn't quite asleep? Now we have to wait for him to fall back asleep. Great. There's gonna be more, like, dialogue after this as well, I think. Like, more lore. Has to be some kind of resolution with Flowey, right? It's been 6 hours, but I still remember that we were in the middle of a conversation with the flower. Before any of this happened. Fucking hell. Okay, now he's properly asleep. Will he wake up? Or won't he wake up? Hey, do you really think I'll be able to... You have no idea how relieving that feels. Well, there's actually a rat in him. So... Yes, that's it, huh? Just... Don't say I didn't warn you. Well, I'm going to Grillby's. He doesn't die. Papyrus, do you want anything? I'd get chipped to 99 out of 100 HP. Fine. Just in case, I don't think there's any more fighting after this. And if there is, clearly, if there is, I'm fucked, because I have no healing items left. I don't think there is. And if there is, it's clearly not going to be like any actual fights. Because Sans is clearly, like, he's so difficult as a final boss, he's a meme. Anyway, let's see if Flowey has anything left for us to be heard. And maybe there's something to do here in the basement as well. This is usually where the souls are kept. So maybe that's where we want to go. It's as comfortable as it looks. We died quite a few times, so that's fitting. Oh, of course, it's there's still the king and stuff. Yeah. Curious. I've never seen a plant cry before. Huh? You must be the one that Flower just warned me about. Howdy. What kind of monster are you? Sorry, I cannot tell. Well, we can always... No. There's no need to fight. Why not settle this over a nice cup of tea? And he dead. Why, you... And there we have Flowey. Oh, do we still need to do the Flowey boss fight? See, I never betray you. It was all a trick, see? I was waiting for you to kill him. After all, it's my best friend. I'm helpful. I can be useful too. I promise I won't get in your way. I can help. I can. Please, don't kill me. Wow, he's like, not just a little bit killing Flowey. He just murdered the hell out of Flowey. I was surprised it's different. Greetings. I am Vlogger. Thank you. Your power awakened me from death. My human soul, my determination, they were not mine, but yours. At first, I was so confused. Our plan had failed, hadn't it? Why was I brought back to life? You, with your guidance, I realized that the purpose of my reincarnation, power. Together, we eradicated the enemy and became strong. HP, attack, defense, gold, experience, love, level, whatever. Every time a number increases, that feeling, that's me, Vlogger. Now we have reached the absolute. There is nothing left for us here. Let us erase this pointless world and move on with the next. Do not? No? Oh, that sounds kind of annoying to have only on one ear. How curious. You must have misunderstood. Since when were you the one in control? I think my character just killed me. And also made the screen small. I'm sorry. I think you saw everything there. So let's start up the game again. It does make the screen small, so it kind of fucked with the screen resolution there. Is it literally just a black screen? I want to see what the other option did. Guess we go to Google. Undertale Genocide final choice. Genocide route? We can probably just see it at the end of genocide route, right? Post-genocide game. Upon relaunching the game, only a black screen with howling wind appears. The game windows unnamed. Inputs do nothing. That's what we're hearing right now. And the player must wait 10 minutes before Chara addresses them. I guess we'll wait that long. Chara reminds the player that they destroyed the world and then question the player the above consequences. The player confirms, says yes. Chara simply says exactly. If the player says no, Chara asks him, then what are you looking for? Is there any like split cutscene? There probably isn't. Let's see. Hotlands and Call. New home. Killing Flowey. Okay, if the player chooses a race, Chara calls the player a great partner, followed by hollow eyes, and stating that Chara and the player will be together forever, resulting in the world's destruction. So that's just boring. And pretty much the same happens actually. In the console version of Undertale, the screen blacks out and nothing happens for 30 seconds until Howling Wind plays. The window name after Flowey is killed is absent. And we just have a black screen. Okay, so nothing relevant is going to happen anymore. We can wait here for 10 minutes and just wait for that last little bit of dialogue to happen, but I was really thinking that there was going to be a little bit more to this from a lore perspective, because at the end of the pacifist route you get so much fucking lore dumped on you, and I knew there was going to be a different character, like the Chara or Kara, it's short for character, which doesn't have an official name apparently. That's a fan-made name, it looks like. And then there's Frisk. And I'm not entirely understanding here, because it seems like what's happening is everybody keeps calling Frisk by the player name. Oh, Kara is just player name. That's what it is. In the pacifist route. Because they look a lot alike. And I think what we just saw, the slightly differently colored, like smiling and then creepypasta looking motherfucker, I think that is the actual like player character input name. Like in my case, Vlogger. I don't know if there's a canonical name. Apparently not. It's just Kara, Chara. So the sprite we just saw was Azrael's friend. brought back to life because we chose to do the genocide run somehow. I was kind of expecting to be a little bit like deeper into elaboration on how and why that happened. It didn't. And that's fine, because honestly, we've been live for 2.5 hours. And I'm gonna end it here. This has been the Undertale Genocide Run. Holy fucking shit.